What is up, guys? Welcome to part 2 of this order flow mini series. In this episode we are going over the delta profiles and the volume profiles. Let's get into this. So most of you guys have probably already noticed that the colors have been changed. I just changed them up so everything looks the same because a lot of you guys were DMing me saying, well, it doesn't kind of look like yours. It's just colors, guys, okay? So just change the same colors as the CVD and then you can get this full template towards the end of this order flow mini series for free. So what we're looking at is the delta profiles, okay? What do you want to see when approaching a key level? Okay, and most of you guys are familiar with key levels, whether that be a fair value gap, a Fibonacci level, supply and demand level, whatever it is, most of you guys are familiar with it. What would you want to see on the delta profile? You're going to want to see either A, so we're approaching this level right over here, okay? We're approaching this area. What would you want to see? Either A, volumes start to dry up, and it's showing us that buyers aren't really interested in buying this area anymore, right? And if they are interested in buying that area, are they getting absorbed? Are they being able to push through? Okay, these are the sort of things you'd be asking yourself. That's for the buyer side. Then for the sellers, what I want to see around this area is sellers start to step in. Okay, I want to see sellers coming into the market and showing that, okay, we want to sell this area. We want to sell this level. Let's say the 4091 level, 4091.5. Once we come into this area, buyers start to step in and they're not getting any reward. This is showing me that there's a passive limit sell order absorbing all those buyers, okay? You don't need any fancy tools, okay? You can use the heat map and stuff like that. Obviously, if you want to learn more, you can go to the link in the bio, use code Fostermans for a nice discount. But what we're looking at over here is a lot of buyers stepping in at this 4091 level, okay? You can see right around here using the big trades indicator, you're seeing a bunch of buyers stepping in, okay? This is why it's really handy to have a nice toolbox, okay, where you can start deploying these tools as time goes on, okay? You don't want to sell yourself short, right? You're not going to go try to build a house with only a hammer, right? You can use a lot more tools and get the job done a lot more efficiently, right? And this is one of the cases of this, okay? So you can see over here, when we have absorption, what you want to see at a resistance level, okay, so when we have absorption, what you want to see at a resistance level is a P-shaped profile. Okay, so let me show you this. So if I just draw this out really quick, what you want to see is a profile that looks like something like this, okay, and you have a bunch of buyers coming in right around here. Okay, so let's say, for example, we have a key level. I'll just draw this out. We have a key level and we see a bunch of buyers stepping in around here and they're not getting any reward. Okay, you want to see these buyers not getting any reward. Okay, so look at this. This kind of looks like a P, right? So this level right around here, a bunch of buyers stepping in and they're not getting any reward. What is this showing us? Well, this is showing us that we can potentially start to get a move down, okay? So what are we looking for after we see these buyers stepping in? Okay, well, you would want to see a B-shaped profile. So if I just bring this tool back up again, this is using just the delta bars, okay? So if I bring them up here, I'll do a different color. I'll do like a nice pink. So when we come into this level, okay, we've seen our P-shaped profile, okay, we got that P-shaped profile. Now what I would want to see is a B-shaped profile with a bunch of sellers stepping in, showing that they're accepting this level, they're accepting this sort of rejection from here, okay? And what do you see over here? This sort of B-shaped profile, right? You can see over here, where's the majority of the volume? It's towards the end. Where's the majority of volume over here? It's towards the top. This is showing us this could be a really nice reversal, okay? And then obviously we can go into different things about entries and stuff like that. So here, this is going to be a sell signal, okay? This is showing us that we could potentially go down from here, right? And now we can start to look for a different type of signal, which is going to be a buy signal using the exact same sort of theory, right? So again, I could go over this one really quick. This is just a quick example. We approach this area. What do we see? We see a bunch of buyers starting to step in, okay? We're seeing a bunch of buyers. Look at this, guys. See down here, look at this volume, 3K, 2K, 2K. And let me show you a quick tip how to choose that, okay? So you can see here, we don't know the exact amount of volume. So if you go into settings and scroll all the way down, and then what you want to do is change the minimize volume values and turn that off. Okay, now you can see exactly how much volume is coming in. So that's a really cool tip for you guys. But what are we seeing as we're approaching this level? Okay, we're seeing sellers coming in. Okay, look at CVD. I'm not going to actually focus on CVD. We'll focus just on these delta profiles for now. We're seeing a bunch of sellers coming in, okay? This candle's starting to close a little bit, you know, like there could be a reversal. You're seeing this again. Look at all these buyers buying up this candle. Buyers buying up. And look at right, as soon as we're coming down to this candle, look at all these buyers. There's so many buyers stepping in. This is the exact thing you would want to see. We approach a support level and we're seeing buyers stepping in. This is showing us that buyers are accepting this level. Sellers are also, they're at a war right now. Who's going to win, okay? So you wait until someone wins. So we move up and we get this really nice bullish candle close, okay? This is where you can start to figure out an entry, okay? You can enter off the candle close, for example, okay? And where are you targeting? Well, we'll get into targets and stop losses and all that good stuff later, but pretty much this is the theory of it, okay? What you want to see, you can see over here as well, look at all these sellers stepping in towards the lows and not getting any follow through, guys. They're not getting any follow through. There should be some follow through here, right? Look at the most amount of volume that came in here was from all these sellers, and they had nothing. They had no steam. They had no power to push price down. Passive buy, limit order, holding price. This is classic sign. So we got that sort of continuation and that sort of absorption style pattern going on around here, right? Look at over here, the exact same sort of situation. We approach these lows and look at the delta profile, right? It's really hard to look at this. It just looks really thin, but all of a sudden this huge massive spike of buyers coming in. We get those buyers stepping in and pushing price up, okay? It really does get that simple when it comes to using tools like this, okay? What else could we be looking at around here? So what I'm trying to find you guys is a nice example of sellers getting absorbed, right? So you can see over here, this profile, look at this. We had a huge wick down in this profile, right? You can kind of tell just with the candles alone, but when you x-ray these candles, when you zoom in on these candles, you can start to see like, okay, this is actually really nice, right? We're seeing a bunch of sellers stepping in and getting nothing, no reward. Okay, we actually get bought right back up. You know, again, you could enter off these candle closes. And just as an example, right, I'm going to show you how to enter using order flow in the later episode. But yeah, so this is pretty much what you're looking for. You're looking for sellers to either, right here at these lows, you want sellers to be rewarded. If we approach a level, okay, and let's say this 4021.5 level, okay, we want sellers to break this level. They are failing, even though there's a bunch of sellers piling on here, they're failing to do so. This is an anomaly, guys. This is something that you're looking at and you're like, why is it? So many sellers are stepping in. Those sellers should be getting rewarded. They're not getting rewarded. Let me feed that. Let me look for buys here because these sellers are not getting rewarded. They're getting absorbed, okay? Now, on the other hand, what you're looking for is sellers getting rewarded, okay? What happens when you start to see sellers getting rewarded? Well, you're looking at it and you're watching price and you're seeing price start to move away, okay? You're starting to see these sellers get rewarded. Look at over here, okay? Not always, but you can see over here these big trades. If I zoom in really quick, okay, and you're seeing all these sellers right towards these highs, right? You're seeing big traders, big sellers stepping in right around here, right? And they're getting rewarded, aren't they? So look what happens when you're starting to play to these advantages, okay? So in this other one, I'm actually going to go over, in part 3, I'm going to go over the volume profile, okay? So this one was pretty much just for the delta profile, and I'll go over the volume in the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.